Hey, welcome to Mooney Reads. My name is Beck, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 queer 5-star predictions. So these are 5 books that I plan on reading within the next 3 months or so that are all LGBT that I think I'm going to love. I'm pretty sure they're going to make somewhere between the 4.5 to 5-star mark. Sometimes even books that I really, really love, I'll still knock down just a little bit if there are some sticky things, kind of like with Detransition Baby. I rated it a 4.75, but I know it's going to be on my top 10s list at the end of the year. So, these are 5 books I think I'm going to love. They're all gay in some capacity. So, I'm going to start. These aren't in any, tiered order. They're in reverse alphabetical order by author last name. This first one that I have is a 2021 new release. That is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I've heard a lot of good things about this. A little bit of mixed reviews, but most of the mixed reviews I've heard have come from people who are expecting something different. So I think if I don't go in expecting this to be a romance novel, I'll be good. This is an adult fiction / new adult book, and it focuses on our main character, Grace Porter, who goes to Las Vegas and gets married to somebody that she doesn't really know. And the book, I think, focuses kind of on them, finding out about each other and learning about each other, but it's also about her kind of coming into her own in different ways and kind of developing confidence to be her own person and not who people expect her to be. So I think that this is going to be really great. I've also heard some really great things from some people whose recommendations that I really trust, including Audrey from Perpetual Pages. They were talking about reading this, I think, during the reading hour, so I don't know if they have a video up about it yet. But I am really looking forward to this, and I think it's going to be great. Next, I have a YA pick, Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazemian. This takes place in the late 80s. The main character is a gay, closeted boy who ends up starting to date one of his female friends. The female friend also has a gay friend who is in the middle of documenting a lot of stuff around the AIDS epidemic. I'm not totally sure what's going to happen throughout this, but I am really interested in it. If you've been around here a while, you know that I've been reading and looking into the AIDS epidemic, and I think that reading some fiction on it is going to be really good. And this looks, in general, like it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that they talk about friendship dynamics and stuff like that, too. So yeah, that's the second book. The next book that I have is actually one that I received from the publisher a little while ago. And that is Polar Vortex by Shani Mootoo. This is not the only Shani Mootoo book that I have on my shelf. I learned about Shani Mootoo from Sajid over at Books on My Social Life. They have talked really highly of her and have read a couple of her books, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this, as well as the other book that I have, Circe Blooms at Night. But this one, the premise of it is that there is a couple, Priya and Alexandra. They move to a new city and meet someone who used to be in Priya's life. Alex doesn't really know the role that this person played in her life, and a mystery kind of unravels. So, it's queer literary fiction, which I have been having a great time with so far this year, and there's kind of a mystery element, or thriller element, and I haven't really read a whole lot of mystery thrillers, so this seems like it's an opportunity to be a really interesting read. The next book that I have is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jedrowski. I learned about this book through Jen the Librarian. This is another literary fiction. It is set in the 1980s in Poland. So the country is kind of in the middle of political upheaval. The two characters meet at a summer camp, and they're both kind of in different political camps. One of them is moving up in the ranks within a political party, and the other one is more invested in protest and dissent. So it seems like they have opposing ideologies, And of course, they, I would assume, are having to keep their relationship secret as well. So it seems like it's going to be really intense. It'll definitely be interesting to read something set in Poland. I don't think I've ever read anything set in Poland. And it will also be nice to be reading from an author that's not from the US or UK. I need to branch out and read more. The author is from Germany, but he's Polish, or has Polish family, and used to live in Poland, currently lives in France. So I think that this looks like a really interesting book, and I'm looking forward to it. It recently came out in paperback, which is why I've been able to get it. I've been looking at it for a while, but I wanted to wait for the paperback. Then the fifth and final queer book that I think I'm going to rate 5 stars is Dr. Sad by David Bateman. Now, this book I haven't actually heard anything about, and this was sent to me. I don't remember if it was the publisher or someone surrounding PR for the book. I've had it for a little while, but I really want to get to it because it sounds fascinating. This book is about a professor who gets diagnosed with HIV and then goes on a journey across Canada. I'll actually read a piece of the back of this because that's kind of the piece that has made me so drawn in and why I think it's going to be really good. It says, leaping through time and weaving the playfully serious with the seriously playful, Dr. Sad blends poetry with prose and finds the humor and despair in one complete, glittering tragedy of triumph. So it sounds really interesting. It's supposed to incorporate poetry. So I'm really interested in reading this. I expect it to be probably kind of weird or at least quirky. So here are my 5 queer 5-star predictions. Hopefully I'll get these done within the next 3 months or so, and I'll do a follow-up video to let you all know how it went. If you've read any of these, definitely let me know what you thought about them in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye.